What's up, guys? I'm Everett. I'm a snowboard expert here at Curated, and today I got to check out the Bataleon Thunderstorm. Bataleon claims this as the perfect unisex freeride board. It is combining the power of the Bataleon Thunder and then the woman's Storm, combining it together for the ultimate free riding experience. Just so you know, all these reviews are completely unbiased, and I'm not sponsored by any of the brands you see here today. If you need help finding the right setup for you, feel free to reach out to me or a fellow expert so we can get you on your next setup.
I would say this board is a carving, charging, beefy beast. It really wants to dominate the entire mountain. However, I would put this in my quiver as a powder all mountain board. I was able to ride switch on it, even though it is not a true twin. This would not be my park board. It did have some pop to it, but it wasn't the poppiest. However, it did have some liveliness to it, but for me, this was a little bit more of that technical, aggressive, hard-charging mountain dominator type snowboard. There's definitely a lot of control and precision in this board. I definitely felt locked in on my turns, and the edge hold is definitely tight. There was no slipping. However, in the uneven terrain, I felt like it cut through, but then it got a little choppy and it was a little chattery. Once I would get out of the uneven terrain, out of the powder, and then I would get on to a little bit more groomer, it was an interesting feeling of feeling in control, but with a little bit of chatter. So it's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it is something that could happen if you get on this board. The flex on this thing is definitely on the stiffer side in my opinion, but that is what I kind of felt like helped with the control of this board. It's definitely responsive, and I kind of love that everything I was doing on the board reacted to that. It definitely feels like you're driving a speedboat kind of down the hill, because it does want to charge and go fast. I will say though, this board will ride its rider if the rider does not ride this board. So you definitely need to have some skills. You definitely need to be technical. I identify as a more advanced snowboarder. However, that does not mean that a higher intermediate rider cannot ride this board. It just means that if you are not ready to put some effort into a snowboard, I would not recommend this board. This board is phenomenal for someone who wants to take their riding to the next level in a more technical, steeper terrain type of way. If you do ride a lot of powder, this board is gonna be great, like I said, with that 3BT, but it also does great on the groomers. I would just say that my biggest piece of advice is that you have to be ready to ride this board, otherwise it will take you over. Snowboards work differently for all different types of riders, and if you need help finding the right gear for you, please don't hesitate to reach out to me on Curated, or you can talk to one of my fellow experts. And if you like this video and want to see more content from Curated, click that subscribe button.